I think these weeks lately, we get almost every day a question about AI, how to invest in it, what to do with it, where you have to look for. And last week you gave a presentation about it for a group of people here close to our office. You obviously couldn't be there because otherwise you wouldn't be watching us maybe, or maybe you did and you want to see it again. The story, what we're going to tell, what we want to share with you today is we want to give you insight, we want to give you something to hold on to, how to translate your ideas, how to take benefit of this sector or how to not take benefit of the sector. But I think what we're going to talk about is how is the artificial intelligence landscape set up? How is it designed? What you have to think about. Casper.
And I think first of all, we showed a slide, and that is a slide where we hold our breath because it was a really important one, and that is based on an intensive market analysis, is that the market of AI will grow with an annual growth figure of 37% on a yearly basis until 2031. You want to invest in a sector. If you saw our vlogs before, we try to talk about sectors because individual stocks is always more difficult. And if you are in a sector that grows a lot, then the second question you have to ask yourself, okay, do I want to invest in that sector? But I think you want to invest in a sector that grows 37%. If you also look at the last earnings talks with the S&P 500 companies, in 37%, by coincidence, also 37% of the CEOs spoke about AI, and it is a chart. 2 years ago, nobody spoke about it, and you can say, okay, it's modern to speak about it, but those CEOs speak only about it when it's something really, they do really something with AI in the company.
Say it, because the coffee machine has a robot in it now. It's because they really have some product that are related to that.
And we spoke 2 weeks ago about the Magnificent Seven, and they are all in AI.
Correct.
So you can also say, okay, I'm gonna buy the Magnificent Seven. But what we did, because you have a lot of AI is a subsector of the tech sector, but you have a subsector. How you can divide AI in different pieces.
Correct.
And there are different ways to do it, but we kept it a little bit simple. We made 3 subsectors of AI: hardware, cloud, and products and services. And we're going to discuss those 3 subsectors and how you can invest in those subsectors.
Correct. That's what we're going to do. So let's start with the hardware. I think it's quite obvious that hardware, we're relating here to chips. There's a lot of chips needed, and if you not live under a stone, you know that last week Nvidia, they really gave the market a boost that's never seen before in history. On one evening, the stock price went up 15%. That happened before with stocks, but the value that was added in one single session was 270 billion in one evening, which is the same amount of worth that, for instance, a bank in the US like Bank of America or like PepsiCo has. So in one single session that was added. Sectors of semiconductors or chips, why are they so important? And what are people saying about it? Like influential people.
Yeah, and the CEO of JetGDP, Sam Altman, he said last week, he raised the alarm bell. He said in 2023, around 500 billion was invested in the semiconductor, but he said we need another $7 trillion of investments. And of course, that is only indirect. Is it his business, because he makes a system, but to let that system do its work, he needs semiconductors, computers with semiconductors in it. So that says something, I think, about the industry. And if you look at the chart, we will probably put it in the screen. Also, this sector will keep on growing. What you saw with the previous earnings of Nvidia, they were also good, but the stock price went down. And that's the thing of an individual stock. It can go up and down, especially in the past, those big blue chips, they didn't go up that much. But now the big blue chips go up a lot.
As well, yeah.
So if you believe in the subsector semiconductors, you can decide to buy a basket of it. And then you spread your risk and you invest directly in how many stocks?
Yeah, in this case, 277.
277?
Yeah. So there's different ETFs that you can buy. There's different players. There's BlackRock, of course, with iShares. You have Van Eck with semiconductors. And in this specific scenario, we believe that if you look at the size of the ETFs, about $1 billion, 277 holdings, low cost structure. It has kits available, so that means that you can buy them in Europe. It's very important as well. Yeah, the one to go for is the iShares MSCI Global Infrastructure UCITS ETF. So semiconductors UCITS ETF. Sorry, I made a.
And then you buy indirect 277 semiconductors. That's really amazing, no? So that's the hardware, semiconductors. Then the second one, the cloud. Now, the Magnificent Seven provide a lot of cloud services, Amazon, Microsoft, etc.
Yeah.
But you can also say, no, I'm looking. If you look at the chart, the market is expected to grow with almost the same percentages as the semiconductors. And we gave also an example about data. Every day the amount of data that we store is increasing progressively.
It's never going to be less because old data is not going to be deleted. So it's being added and added and added. So it's only growing. It will only grow.
And the semiconductors that they provide are getting faster. So that automatically more data will be need to store.
Yeah, so in that case, if you want to invest in an ETF in this specific sector, of course, there's a lot of possibilities again. We looked at some varieties here, and the one that popped out for us was the WisdomTree Cloud Computing. It's an ETF that is listed on Milan, but I think there's also a listing in Germany. So if you can't find it directly, WisdomTree Cloud Computing accumulating. So the accumulating means that the dividends also being accumulated in the price. Cost is very low, 0.4%. You're investing in 70 companies specifically focusing on cloud computing in this case.
Yeah, I think then you have a widespread investment over the market.
And then, of course, if you have your data in the cloud, you want it to be protected. And what is important for that is obviously cybersecurity.
Yeah, so that's a part of the product service because that's much broader. But we selected the cybersecurity because we think that is in the future it's going to be really, really interesting item to invest in. And those ETFs, they exist for a long time already. Yeah. It's not something new. But this, I think, we offer 5.
We offer more, I think. But the 5 main players are in the screen at the moment. There you can see. And this one is the one that's been around the longest and has the most volume, the most value in the market size. Fund size is about 5 billion. And it is the First Trust Nasdaq Cybersecurity UCITS ETF. With a total of 30 holdings. And like I said, 4.95 billion. So it's a huge, huge position.
So maybe some of you believe more in the cloud or otherwise more in semiconductors. We can also buy those 3 ETFs, and then you are in the whole AI landscape, but you spread your risk through. Then you have holdings like 200 holdings, and then you are in the 3 subsectors of the AI. Yeah. If you say, okay, now I want one position and I want to invest in a fund or a basket produced by ETF builders, but I want an overall ETF. Then we have also distracted, ETFs. Some interesting one. Martin? Yes,
AI ETFs and mutual funds. So an ETF follows an index, so won't have any potential to do it better than the index. And in this case, you are investing then in what Casper told you in cybersecurity. You're investing in cloud and you're investing in infrastructure and services. So in this case, for the ETFs, you can look at the Xtrackers Artificial Intelligence and Big Data ETF. Big Data, of course, is the cloud mainly. And the WisdomTree Artificial Intelligence UCITS ETF. Both of them pretty low costs, 0.35 and 0.4%, as you can see in the screen. They have a kit available, so you can easily buy them in any European country. There's also an interesting distinction here because the first ETF the Xtrackers is mainly investing in the Magnificent Seven, and the other one is more investing in smaller companies. So you can make also, maybe do this for 60 and that for 40% or whatever you feel more comfortable about. If you want to have a mutual fund instead of an ETF, so why would you do that? If you believe that somebody is better or capable of doing it better than the index, then you can then opt for a mutual fund. And in this case, the fund that popped out was the Polar Capital Artificial Intelligence ETF. Also here, low cost, 0.6%. And the top 10 holdings are 34% of the ETF. And here again, out of those, the main players are very known. It's of course NVIDIA, Microsoft, Alphabet, AMD is in there. And then you're basically investing in a fund that is being managed for you. So I think we gave a really good insight, no?
Yeah, and what we also did, for out of our 60,000 shares that you can buy with us, we distracted almost 50 shares that are completely related to AI. That's not the Magnificent Seven, so it's beside the Magnificent Seven. And if clients want to invest in a certain AI application, they can reach out to us, and then we can share some interesting shares.
Yeah.
And we found one interesting one. We're not going to name it. You reach out to us.
Yeah,
but it's really an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because I talked about it during our presentation, and a lot of people came, and I said the pros and the cons, and I think that can be a hidden gem. But we're not going to say it here. Reach out to us. You want to invest in AI? Maybe you are already investing in AI, and we split it up in 3 subsectors. So the hardware, the cloud, and the product and services. We gave some interesting baskets. So yeah, we hope that it helps you a lot with your investment choices to invest in a sector that grows with 37% a year.
Per year. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.
Dit was je plan.